guys, yuck.
Hello.
Let me just say
What was
this.
that?
Our vantage point, I said, guys, yuck. It's a sentiment. Just come on, go with it. Our vantage point here in Boston is sort of cat-a-corner. It's closer to the Celtics bench. Third quarter, shortly after the skirmish, the double text, Jalen Brown, Josh Hart. You could see Jalen Brown standing up in the timeout, talking to his guys, and this is my best attempt at lip reading. The sentiment was, let's go, let's get this win. Don't let these guys win again on our home court. And he played that way. He was pretty close to a triple-double. It got his double-double for sure. 2 rebounds shy of a triple-double. As I suspected, Derek White continues to be problematic. And I don't know that it was intentional on the part of Joe Mazzulla, but it did feel almost reverse psychology-ish in that the Knicks are accustomed to being down and having to dig into the third quarter. And so to feel like they had checked the box, so to speak, at halftime, I actually think backfired. I would also add that Tom Thibodeau said pregame they were doing a great job of playing off of one another. There was no such appearance of that team in the third quarter as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and Monica, when we do a lot of the X Factor talk in the pregame show, I don't think Luke Cornett ever comes up in the thinking when you go X Factor, but what an X Factor he was, especially in that third quarter, right?
A monster, right? Like literally shut down the paint in an entire quarter. I mean, and you counter that, Han, with the X Factor and concept of Mitchell Robinson going 100% from the free throw line. Yeah. Josh Hart knocking down, what did he hit, 5 threes? Like, there are X factors, if you will, on either side of the floor, but I just thought it's hard to manufacture a sense of urgency that doesn't apply. If someone says change your diet because this illness is going to kill you, it's different than lose weight so you can look cute for the summer. Like, it was hard to manufacture an urgency that did not apply in the case of the Knicks, and I think that snuck up and got them.
Yeah, Monica, you look at the way the Knicks played about as poorly as each individual could play and as they could as a team. Why do you think they showed up with this kind of effort in such a huge game?
I don't know, Wally. That one really baffles me, and I'm disappointed because I think the one thing that we have watched this team do is learn from their missteps in real time. And I know that Game 3 was a game ago after a terrific and energized performance at the Garden in Game 4, but I thought the refrain of we have to create the right amount of urgency would hold a little bit more in this Game 5 closeout opportunity. Tibbs said pregame that the first 5 minutes would matter. And it's almost like there was so much focus on the first half, on staying attached, on how you started, that still the elusive 48-point performance that this team themselves have said that they are in pursuit of has still not been found.
All right, Monica, as always, great to talk to you. We'll talk to you Friday night, Game 6, Knicks back at home trying to close it out.
2 or 3?
I'd rather not be talking to you, but sounds good.
Well, I always love to talk to you.
I'm just off the bat. What most disappointed you tonight?
That we didn't play for 48 minutes. And, the start of the second quarter, we didn't play well. We had a lead. Didn't play tough with the lead. Came out to start the third. Didn't play well there. Can't afford to do that.
Tom, when they have Drew Holiday on Cat, what ways can you take advantage of it? And why do you guys not?
Well, because you got Cornette on the backside coming on a double.
And Cat only has 2 3-pointers for this whole series. Why has he had trouble getting off?
Well, they're staying with him. They're playing small, so they're up on him. And he was in foul trouble.
Tom, what did you see from Derek White in the first quarter that allowed him to kind of?
Yeah, he got space. He great shooter. Can't give him that type of space.
You talked about the way the guys came out at the start of the second, third quarter. I know you had warned this morning that you kind of expected what the Celtics were going to bring. Do you kind of feel like there was any let up of we're up 3-1?
Well, yeah, I knew the type of aggression that would be involved in this game. And so I think you got to understand that. And it's a battle on every possession.
Tom, start of the third quarter, they go on that run. You left your starters in for the first 8 and a half minutes of the period. Why did you decide to keep rolling with them? And
just searching.
Tom, OG's had a few rough shooting performances in this series. Just how much does that impact the offense when he has quiet nights like that?
Well, I think that, the big thing is we got to get stops. Like the first half, we scored fine, and, Cat was, in foul trouble for a good chunk of it. And so, but we scored 59. That wasn't the issue. The issue was the defense. And then to start the third, we got in a hole. We were trying to get on track, but you got to get some stops so you can get into the open floor. And so I thought that probably hurt us as well.
Tom, I'm curious whether, I think a lot of fans or just the average person from the outside looks in and says Tatum's not there. The way that a team maybe moves the ball without a star player there, how fundamentally different is it just to stay on top of things and to be mindful of the ball movement the way that a team can do that when someone's not there?
Well, that doesn't change stylistically, like in terms of they have a lot of shooting on the floor, so that's going to remain the same. And I think the thing about their team is they're a great defensive team as well. So we have to understand that we can't be slow getting back, and you can't give open shots to them. And so we got to be tougher with our closeouts and taking airspace away, and we got to be better with our communication.
Yeah, Tom, you mentioned it a little bit there. The issues picking up guys in transition, especially the threes they got off in transition. What do you think lead to that?
Yeah, and again, so I think it's twofold. I think it's, the commitment to sprint back and then communicate to make sure that we understand what's going on, and we can't have any personal dilemmas of if you're missing a shot or it's not going well for you offensively, that you're jogging back. You got to sprint back, you got to communicate, and we got to be matched up. If one guy's slow, you're going to give him an open shot. You can't do that against this team.
Tom, the third quarter, they took 18 free throws. Did you think the game got called differently at all in that third?
Nah, it was one of those games. I mean, we had 40. They had a lot as well. So it's like it was a choppy game. But I think that was also reflective of the aggression. I think that you saw Josh's layup. Yeah, I knew it was going to be that type of game.
Kind of with that, Jalen had 5 of his 6 fouls in the third. Obviously, that's unique. But you started the fourth. Was that just trying to get a little bit of something going? Yeah, I just felt
like the game was like if we were going to have a chance, it was going to be right there. Yep.
And as we were talking during the break there, nothing seems to come easy. And now we have another biggest game in franchise history
is from here
in the
on
last 25 years.
Yeah,
if you're the coach, Wally, what do you think?
Oh, you have some major adjustments to make because, and you needed to see the way the Celtics are going to play. Like this is always when a major injury happens. Sometimes when a team doesn't have their star player, this is why teams have some success the first time it happens because the other team's like, wait a second. We didn't expect this guy to do this. We didn't expect this play to be run. Now you have a little bit of a feel for what to expect out of the Celtics without Jason Tatum in the lineup.
Is your approach different?
Yes. Your approach is going to be different as a player. You also have a little bit better of a feel of how this team's going to play and how they're going to attack you. Now, they gave this team a lot of confidence. It would have been nice to kind of put them away, like Alan said, had them in the second quarter. But there'll be some adjustments being made, and the Knicks are going to have to attack in some different ways, and they're going to have to be ready for Boston attacking differently with no Tatum.
Yeah, they took the pain away from the Knicks. They were very physical in this game, as you heard Tom Thibodeau talk about, like the physicality of this game, the aggression that the Celtics. Desperate team. The same as Game 3. You knew they were going to come out, and they were going to give you everything they had because they're trying to survive. They are defending champions. They're on their home court. They have their star player injured. It was all there. The script was written. So you had to know what was coming, and they were throwing haymakers at the Knicks. And you got to, as Wally said, you got to almost expect, okay, so not only are they going to keep putting up threes, they're going to hit a little harder. There was some blood in this game. Yeah. I mean, that's just what you have to expect when a team is facing elimination, and you have to also be able to rise to that.
I want to mention, we talked about in the pregame briefly, without Tatum the last 2 years, the Celtics with 2 playoff games in the mix. Last 2 years, 17-3.
Yep.
This year, without Tatum, 10-2, including the playoffs.
And they beat
Magic.
in the first round. They beat the Magic without Tatum.
Yeah, that was one game. Just remember, in the regular season, they were beating all the lottery teams. So.
But it just bears thinking about. It's not like they've gone down the tank without their star player.
They shoot a lot of threes.
All right, Joe Mazzulla.
What's your favorite team? Comment below, and if you like the video, please leave a like. This really helps the channel grow and brings you even more content. Oh, and if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and activate the bell to receive all notifications. With each game, we notice that the NBA is getting more competitive every day, and all the teams are looking for reinforcements to win the championship. And only here can you follow your favorite team daily with incredible content from different sources. Here on the channel, there are new videos every day with analysis, curiosities, and the best moments in basketball. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for following along. The NBA doesn't stop, and neither do we. Until the next video. NBA, the passion that connects us.